Good morning to everyone. I'm a little bit tired, as you can, as you can see by my voice. Well, it's been some very busy days, some very intensive days with the elections, with everything that is going on. Also, I finished yesterday taping my audiobook for the Virtuous Circle. They are now entering all the phase of editing, production, everything. But it was a very intense process, a lot of hours in the studio. Also, as you know, English is my second language, and I really wanted to be the narrator of my book because we don't have narrators or authors in general. Uh, Latinos or Latino immigrant authors are so underrepresented in the publishing world. I wanted to narrate my own audiobook, but that comes with a price because after 3 days in the studio, my voice is hurting a little bit. I have some tea here, so I'm gonna be drinking some tea during the day, and I'm very happy because the process is over. But how are you doing? How are you holding on this week? This is a very intense week. If you live in the United States, if you don't live in the United States, I know around the world they are following what is happening here. So we always say that this moment that we connect every day, live with Gabi Natale. It says from the closet. It could be from anywhere. These are our what 10, 15 minutes that we take every day to, as I say, our personal oasis to recalibrate our energy and to set our intentions, start the day with the right food. And boy, do we need to recalibrate our energies and to recharge these days. It's fundamental, I think, more important than ever. So Jorge Alfredo is saying, ay, qué bueno, pero todo tu esfuerzo siempre vale la pena. Hopefully, I hope you like it, guys. I hope you like it. So I want to take like every day just a little moment to say hello to everybody. You know that this is a simulcast, so we are streaming in multiple platforms. So I just want to take a minute to say hello to everybody on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, via Periscope, Instagram, Twitch, all our gamers, and LinkedIn, everybody, all our career-oriented people. So good morning to everyone. And let me tell you a little bit about today's topic. So we have María Cristina Camelino. ¡Mua! Good morning from La Plata, Argentina. The best for us. Te amo. Besitos. Mario Gamagallanes, promotor. Saludos desde Monterrey, Nuevo León. Hello. Saludos. Are you following the elections over there from Mexico? Are you following everything that is going on here? The craziness. I read so many articles from media around the world that it's always interesting to see what their take, what their point of view is when they're seeing it from a distance. So it's very interesting. So today's topic is going to be very timely. I think we're all a little bit fatigued because it's been a very intense week, preceded by very intense months and many, many intense weeks as well. So as we're waiting for the results, and we are all waiting for them, regardless of who you voted or what your ideas are, I thought there was no more important topic right now, since we're all waiting for the results, on 4 ideas to protect your sanity, to protect your psyche, while we stay vigilant. Because we're not going to disconnect ourselves from everything that is going on and just think about birds, just think about the sky. We are involved in the process. We are a part of the process. We have to stay vigilant, but at the same time, it's this balance of we are vigilant, but at the same time, we have to find some balance. We have to find some well-being in the process as well. So that's going to be today's topic. I want to hear from you as well. What are your best practices if you were able to to protect your sanity, to protect your psyche, or if you went all nuts, you snapped at your family, you had a lot of discussions, or you threw your good habits to the window these days. And I'm going to share with you what happened to me as well. So this is the topic for today, waiting for the election results, 4 ideas to protect your sanity while staying vigilant. And as we do every day, it's going to start this live with Gabi Natale right after our opening credits that start like this. There has never been a better time to be a pioneer than right now. Diversity is beautiful. Thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you have your tecito, cafecito, coffee, tea, whatever you are having. Today we have a very special, if you just tuned in, let me remind you of today's topic. It's going to be waiting for the election results. And who is, and even if you don't live here in the United States, I got so many messages from friends from Argentina, Latin America, all across the world, like, how are you doing? How are things going? So everybody has the eyes on the election and the recount and the counting of votes right now. And it might be a stressful situation. So today we have 4 ideas to protecting your sanity, while we stay vigilant. That's very important. We're not forgetting about the process. We're protecting our energy and protecting our sanity while staying vigilant. Now, the first one is for those of you who who are feeling relatively well, who are doing well this week, who feel that they have a good energy right now. I feel there's a lot of people who are not feeling good right now. There's a lot of anxiety in the air. There's a lot of um, extreme feelings right now going on. So one thing that I think always makes us feel better is when we reach out to somebody else and when we try to help. And literally, there's so many people who I heard somebody say, "You're going to be fine. It doesn't matter who wins," and that's not true for so many people. People with pre-existing conditions, people in communities that have been marginalized, people whose basic human rights are right now on the line. It's not the same for them if one person wins or if another person wins. So I think one way that we can use our time in a productive way is to check how others are doing. Especially, I know many people who are listening to this are Latinos, even non-Latinos, are immigrant communities, are undocumented communities, are dreamers, people, BIPOC people, people in the LGBT community, and in any other community whose basic human rights are on the line right now. If you can, reach out and just a call, just a message to see how they are doing. Check on them. The second one, and that was in a relationship to other people. The second one, I think, is we can help ourselves by keeping an eye on how we're dealing with anxiety. We all have our own anxiety coping mechanisms that sometimes are not the healthiest way. We have some healthy ones and some unhealthy ones. I know for me, my coping mechanism, my unhealthy coping mechanism is eating. I know when I'm getting anxious or when I'm getting into something new and I'm building anxiety, or when there's something that's happening, I'm going to open the fridge more often. I'm going to open the candy jar more often. And that was no exception on election night. I grabbed some chocolate, I grabbed some candy. I did the things that I knew I shouldn't do, but then the following day, I said, okay, this was not the best option for me. Maybe that was not the smartest way to cope with it. So tomorrow it's a new day. Tomorrow I can do it a better way. So we all know what are our unhealthy coping mechanisms. Some people eat, some people drink, some people, whatever anger or anxiety they have, they put it onto somebody else and they snap at their family, they snap at their relatives. So if you find yourself not coping in the best way with the situation we have right now, check yourself. Check yourself and figure out if you can put a boundary to that and find other ways to cope with the anxiety or with the uncertainty that we are living right now. One important thing that, me being somebody who comes from media, this is the third one. I come from media, and I know when you work in media, whether that's television or portals or whatever, you need to create content. There's, if it's a news channel, it's a 24-hour news channel, and the 24 hours, they need content and they need to present something on camera. Now, the time and the pressures that somebody has when they are creating content and the timing, it's very different to the timing of an election. Or, for example, when there's a health related news and somebody is waiting for a surgery and the recovery of somebody who had a health condition and everybody's covering it, we know that the timing from something that it's a health process is very different sometimes from the timing and the speed that is needed in a media environment. But those hours need to be filled in anyway. So this is the same thing. The recount is going to take what it's going to take until the last vote is counted. But at the same time, the media, they have to fill in those portals, we have to fill in those hours of television. And the reason I'm explaining all of this, it's because you absolutely can be informed without having to consume media nonstop. And this is coming from somebody who works in media. You absolutely can be informed without having to be glued all the time to the internet or to the television. You can create your doses. You have Bonbon over there saying a hello. So you can have your own doses. You can have, your snackable content, or you can read certain articles and see how things are evolving without having to expose yourself all the time to the news of the day. You can still be informed. And then the fourth one, it's very important, and it's breathe and recharge. You need to recharge yourself. These have been very intense weeks. These have been very intense days and even months. So there's nothing wrong with refueling your energy, with recalibrating your energy so that you get back on track. And I've learned this from some of the people who had the most stressful jobs, people who are in the front lines. Like, for example, my uncle is a first respondent. And so he's a doctor, he's in the ambulance, and whenever there's an emergency, he's there on the field. And imagine right now the level of stress that he's having, because he's in the front lines in a global pandemic. But he is one of the people that I know that is the most disciplined when it comes to recharging. One would feel that with that type of work, when you're not working, all you want to do is like throw yourself in the sofa and just do nothing. No, he's one of the most disciplined people to be in contact with nature, or ride the bicycle, or if it's warm weather, he goes swimming. He schedules that time and respects it, because he knows that in order to do his job, in order to give back, he absolutely needs to have discipline to refuel his energy. So that would be one of the things that I think it's going to be very important for us right now, since we're going through a moment of a lot of uncertainty and a lot of nervousness sometimes, that you don't feel bad to take those moments, because those moments of refueling are absolutely necessary for you to give your best in the next days. So let me see. We have hola, hola, saludos from Jordan and Evelyn. Hola, hola. And then Catalina Williamson is saying, I am checking twice a day for the results. Yes, okay, twice a day. I think it's not that bad. There's people who are refreshing all the time. And we all want to know the final results, and we all want to know what happens. But this is a process that it's going to be ready when it's going to be ready. It's going to take until the last vote is counted. Oscar Sagal says, your voice may be tired today. Yes. Yes. I feel like I sound like as if I smoke like 1 million cigarettes a day. But your message carries on strong. Thank you so much. Much needed these days. Yes, with this, that's why I said, today, even when my voice is not the best, we have to reconnect, because if there are the moments when we are put to the test most are the days when we need the most to take these minutes to recalibrate our energy, be intentional, be present, set our intentions, and then continue with our day with the best energy we can. Because when we are the most busy, when we are the busiest, is when we need the most these moments of stillness, these moments of finding clarity. So let me recap a little bit about the things we discussed today. These are very special times. So we are waiting for the results all across America and all across the world. The eyes of the world are here. So 4 ideas to protect your sanity while staying vigilant. Same one, first one, really nothing changed your energy as much as helping somebody else. Nothing will make you feel better than just making sure that you gave 1 minute, 2 minutes, one message, one phone call to see how others are doing, because there's a lot of people whose basic human rights are on the line right now. So the second one is to, okay, this is falling, okay. The second one is to keep an eye on your coping mechanisms. How are you coping? I grabbed the chocolate bar and I ate it all on election night. The following day, I said, okay, I'm not gonna end the second one. I'm not gonna eat the second one. I'm gonna do a clean slate. Yesterday was yesterday. I did the best I could with the amount of discipline that I had, with the amount of willpower that I had, and I needed that chocolate. Today, it's a new day. I'm going to try to find better coping mechanisms. So check yourself. Some people are drinking more. Some people are eating more. Some people are snapping at their families. Keep your anxiety, your unhealthy anxiety mechanisms on check. And then you don't need to be all the time consuming media to be informed. You can be informed without being all the time consuming media. The fourth one is the one that we just talked about, which is breathe and recharge. There's nothing wrong, and don't feel guilty for taking some time for yourself, or to do something that is unrelated, or to do something that that is gonna make you feel better. So because we need to refuel to keep going. So those are my suggestions for today. And remember to, even in moments of uncertainty, even in moments of turbulence, keep seeing the world from a place of possibilities. As I tell you every day, when you open yourself up to the world opens itself up to you. Go do the most with your day. This is going to be ready when it's ready. Don't drive yourself crazy. We're going to have answers sometime in the future, hopefully in the next days. So I see you tomorrow. Los quiero mucho. Besitos. Bye bye.